All right, guys, we came out here, woke up in the morning, went to Harbor Freight. First thing, I got some abrasives. I needed a couple things to work on the fenders. It's a shitty day. It's snowing. I did have to work on the snowmobile, did some questionable repairs with RTV for the tires, but I'm not worried about it. First time we had to fire up the heater all season, which is good. I did get some new lights, so it is a little brighter in here. Obviously, we got the welder going. This fender is ready to coat the inside. I'm going to use a Rust-Oleum direct-to-metal over rusty surface primer. I've used it in the past. It's actually the same paint or same brand and style of paint that I used on the inside of my doors. So far, they've held up for over 10 years. The car does see the rain at the racetrack from time to time. So obviously, we trimmed back this lip on the fender where your hinges would normally mount. So we just have our mount point. I did patch up the brace, kept it simple again. My buddy Dave wants me to keep track of all the repairs and how much time I have into these. I patched up the lower mount section, and then I have to go outside and see the trim molding and how much gets covered up. Again, the bodywork on this is going to be minimal. I'll flip it over and show you guys. Oh yeah, we also cut back the lip. So we did maintain a little bit of the corner because I did want that for a little bit of reinforcement. I think my camera just flipped. I don't know. You guys may be annoyed. So I cleaned up the fender, got all the surface rust off. Obviously, we have our little black surfacey. I forgot to bring tools from work, so I'm working with what I got here. But I did wire wheel the entire fender, and then I did hit it with a palm sander, which I had here, and some 80 grit. And so, like, these are two big dents that we have, and then there's a little dent here. So this little body line is in, creating an indentation here. But really, that's a minor repair. The rest of the fender is really, really good. Obviously, you could see how nice the butt weld came out. I knew that I was going to have a little weird area transitioning here, but we will shape that with just a little bit of body filler, minimal fill, not even 1/8 of an inch, which industry standard, you don't use over 1/8 inch filler. You can tell that I did feather out this filler down here because this is all good. Nothing is popping or rusting or anything. I do have to weld up these holes shut. So I'm going to do that once I come back from grabbing some lunch. So I just decided to make this video. And again, I think I talked about this area being a little weird, but like, again, I'm not too worried about it. Probably just a little skim coat, a little bit of blocking, and we're good because this body line is good up here. Again, nothing that we haven't done before. But again, these fenders are in really good shape. Especially the front face surface. These are all fantastic. So obviously we got a dent here, no big deal. This dent here, we're going to have to do just a little bit of body filler work in here. Obviously, as we weld these up, we will probably run into a little bit. But those I'm probably going to, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm probably going to end up cutting some little pieces of sheet metal and just doing some probably superficial cold type welds, as obviously we just need to fill these in. I don't want to warp these to shit. So the one fender here is pretty much ready to be coated once I weld that up, and we will be good to go. So guys, on that note, I'm going to go grab a bite, and then we're probably going to start on that fender today. That one needs a lot more stripping, a little bit more welding, but you know, we'll get to that when we get to that. I don't have my DA here, which I really need to strip that fender, but that fender's in really, really good shape. So I think I'm going to just sand away what I did, lock it all down with some high build primer. And again, we're not going for show car here, so give me shit all you want. But I am trying to help a friend here and keep it as cheap as possible. So far, keeping track of everything, I got about 15 hours into the fenders. I am charging him what my labor rate is, you know, and at right now with materials, time, and everything, let me take a look at my list. We are in for $475, and we aren't even adding primer and or material. Well, I did get a little bit of body filler. So yeah, I told them these are roughly going to end up, once all said and done, the value will be about $1,500. But I'm not going to take a dime. We're going to work it out and trade labor, as you know. That's been like one of the things that I have always done. So pretty much, all you're going to get is the video of this fender, and then we're going to move on to the other fender. It'll be a separate video, so stay tuned. Share, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as Copper Cutlass, and we're going to go see how bad the snow is outside. The Bonneville is parked outside, but hey, nothing new. That car's a trooper, man. It just, you know, we need room to work in here, so it is what it is. We'll let you guys go.